Well, hey there. Welcome to the Kind of Nerdy Girls. Yay! Why is our kind of nerdy dude like get top billing? Get out of here.
It's the beard. It's got to be the beard.
All right. I see people are showing up. We love when you're here. Make sure that you put your crew number in the comments. And also, if you don't have a crew number, join the KJ crew. Go to kjcrew.com. That's KJ crew with a K.com. I don't know what's going on out there with Johnny Storm. Yes, we're even nerdy about Johnny. Our cats. He is like he is singing the song of his people right now.
Good boy.
So we've got two things to talk about tonight: Daredevil Born Again, and what we're going to do now that we don't have Daredevil Born Again. So welcome to the show.
Well, speaking of your cat, Johnny Storm, did you guys see the really small teaser that they released with Joseph Quinn as Johnny Storm? It was so small. It was like 5 seconds. It was literally.
But any Johnny Storm is good Johnny Storm.
Oh yeah. It was just a clip of him saying to Sue and Mr. Fantastic, "Oh, you're late for dinner," and that was like it. It was so small.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll have to go look for it. Thank you, Tia.
You're welcome.
Tia is with Geek Vibes Nation. She keeps us updated on everything that's going on in the geeky world and pop culture news. And she is the reason that we are all here tonight, because she was like, so are we going to talk about this?
Because I was freaking out. I told you I was losing my mind.
So yes, if you are not done with Daredevil Born Again, get out of here.
Spoilers everywhere.
Yes. Or if you can leave the stream on but mute it so that we get credit for you being here, that would be great. But go back and watch it or listen to it later, because here we go. I've got Tia here, Geek Vibes Nation, assistant producer Michelle. Producer Patches is in the kitchen because he's got to go back to making chicken for the cats. I am going to, normally I go around the horn, I let everybody else talk, and then I'm like, and here's my feelings. I am going to start off just by saying that I have been questioning whether or not I am actually a good person or if I need more therapy, because I enjoy Frank Castle so much.
Yep.
I laugh so hard at the terrible things he's doing to people. It is, I mean, we watch things and sometimes you are cheering and you're like, oh, that's kind of gross. But there is something about Frank Castle. I'm like, I might need to sort this out. I have counseling on Friday and I had some plans, and I may just have to table all of that and be like, we need to talk about my dark side. Is anybody else feeling that?
I tweeted this and I was like, remember when we all a lot of people were going, oh, Disney's going to tone it down. It's going to be rated G. I think they went even crazier. I've never seen some of the stuff that was in Daredevil Born Again in the Netflix version. Okay.
Yeah.
When
the whole head crushing thing.
Oh my God.
Yes.
They did, because remember in season 1 of Daredevil, Fisk, with the door, we didn't even see that. We just heard it. In this, they're like, oh no, we're gonna
show it.
We're actually going to show it. Right. Because I would normally look away, but I was conditioned to what we saw on Netflix. Like you said, you're imagining what's happening, but you're not actually seeing it happening. And this, especially this last episode, I was like, does Disney know that they put this up? Did they show Disney a different version? And then they're like, ha ha ha.
Moms are showing their kids, they're like, it's Daredevil, it's gonna be fine, and all of a sudden Frank Castle is pulling someone's arm through a metal bar and just completely, when that I was like
I know Disney makes you do a code for mature
Yeah.
shows on Disney now. So
Oh, do they?
yeah, since they brought all the Netflix Marvel.
Ah,
Okay.
gotcha. Okay. I
And
don't know.
listen-
I've never entered a code. Patches, did you enter a code?
No, because we don't have kids. So
What, you think Disney knows that?
I have a code
I don't know.
on my own.
Do you?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird. I've
It's
never.
so you can watch the mature. That's what the
Gotcha.
code's for.
It
Oh.
did do something for me, like originally, like, hey, this is adult like content
Right.
and everything.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But I gotta tell you another thing with the Netflix, not to just keep comparing, because like, you know, the Netflix
No, it's fine.
universe was
Compare
amazing.
away.
But I always remember in the Netflix one, it was like technically PG-13, so you could say one F-bomb, right? And it
Mhm.
was always like fun to be like, when's the F-bomb gonna come?
Yeah.
And again, in the Disney one, it was like F this, F that, and you know, I'm no freaking like, you know, curse police or anything, but I was like, damn, okay. We're just so liberal here about this. Like when Matt like said to Bullseye and he was like, F you, and I was like, you said that with your whole chest.
Yes. Yeah.
That wasn't even like a whisper, because I feel like in Netflix they'd be like, yeah, F it, and no, he was like,
Yeah.
obviously this show is a, you know, kid show, so I'm not going to say it on here, but you know.
So let's kind of, I want to get your thoughts like overall. Oh, hi Fulton, thanks for watching. Crew number 66, I saw Leanne, crew number 10 checking in. Let us know how you are feeling about Daredevil Born Again as well. So like we're all kind of coming off of the, you know, the finale, which was a lot, but overall thoughts, I'm gonna go with Patches, just because he's my husband and he needs to make our cats chicken, so we'll let him go first.
not even because, oh, he's my husband and you know,
And I love him.
Because
I
he's
love
my husband
him.
and I love him, and I'm sorry ladies, but I put him before you. No,
No,
I'm like,
he's gotta
you
be
need to make the
for the cat.
chicken.
All right. We all know that is complete BS. Number one. Well, actually, number one is the cats come first. Period. Full stop. So,
Well, yeah.
no matter what happens.
That's like
but-
that was like in our vows. Like
Yeah,
I promised to
basically.
love the cats before you always.
At the time, we only had 3,
Yeah.
but you know,
Yeah.
we were good. But no, I think the struggle with him, like the internal struggle trying to fight not putting the suit back on throughout the entire series was really good. I think Charlie Cox played that brilliantly, like showing the inner torment and everything. And it's, you know, I mean, obviously the show started very, I mean, like it was a jolt. It was a kick right to the feels, you know, with Foggy getting killed. But that withstanding, you know, seeing everyone come back, having the Punisher back, and you know, and Karen's back now at the end, and you could tell it's going to roll into, you know, the next season. It was good to see. It was good to see Vincent D'Onofrio's Kingpin again, and in the sense that he was more methodical about how he approached his crime this time, as opposed to being like standard crime boss MO kind of thing. You know, again, the head smashing was great. You know, him beating.
It was not great.
Oh, it was awesome. Are you kidding me? It was great. But I also agree with KJ. I don't feel bad as watching the Punisher like disembowel people. You know, it was awesome.
I mean,
It was just great.
It's just great to see that Frank Castle is just doing like really well in a really good headspace. Clearly.
Yeah.
Yep. But yeah, no, just seeing that, I mean, just even jokingly, it's like, what about him? Pop, just shoots him, like blows a guy in the head while he's talking to Matt Murdock. He's like, oh, what about him? Does he deserve forgiveness? Pow! I was just like, good God. Like,
That was, I mean, that was really, that was really the moment where I was like, there is something wrong with me, because I'm like sitting here watching it. It was so intense. I literally had this, and I'm like, and then and I like he did that, and I spit my drink out. I was laughing so hard, and I was like, that was not funny. Like,
Oh, it was perfectly delivered, though. That's the thing.
Frank Castle learned his lesson, because I don't know if you remember in the second season of Daredevil, where the two of them are fighting other people, and Matt's like, no killing, and he keeps preventing Frank from like killing people, and Frank was like, I ain't even gonna give him a chance this time.
Yeah,
he's not even gonna have a chance.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. I felt like, I mean, obviously they can't like they can't have Frank Castle in every episode. Like, that's not how it works, and that's not how he and Daredevil work. But like the two of them together is just
Beautiful.
like, he makes Daredevil so much better. Like, it's just, there's just something about them together that is just, it's wonderful chemistry and it's good balance. And I was like, I am laughing so hard at all of these horrific things happening, and I want more of it.
Yep.
I want more of it.
Well, and you could still see that there between Frank Castle and Karen as well. There's still a little spark there as well.
Oh
you
my
know,
God!
so-
When
Okay,
they're
Tia,
just
are you
there-
shipping this? Are you shipping
Yes,
this?
I don't know if you guys know on the fandom, it's hashtag Castle with a K, right? Canon Castle. That's
Right.
their, that's their.
Mhm.
And I was like, it's been 7 years, and we have new Castle content. I can't. Like, no, okay, not to like skip or anything, but it's like you have Frank, who essentially is living like a freaking hobo, and like all that, but as soon as his wife Karen calls, he's shaving, he's like, all right, I'll go babysit Matt and everything, and then like
and
the
kill
way-
40 people in the process.
Right.
and the way the two were looking at each other, the fact that Matt was like, I was hearing your heartbeats, I was like,
Oh, that whole thing was so awkward and petty.
Yeah.
And I think Matt Murdock could sense like their
Mhm.
connection, you could just
Oh
kinda
yeah,
see
that was how he was talking about the heartbeats, and and then
Mhm.
she's like, and what about my heartbeat when I saw you? And I'm
Mhm,
like, oh
right.
my gosh, this whole thing, like with everything that's going on, that is like so violent and terrible all around, and they're like, let's be petty for a minute.
yes,
On the next episode of F Boy Island.
this is the Karen and Matt content that I want, not
Yeah.
them being like, this tragedy drove us apart and I gotta go to freaking LA to like get away from you and everything. And I'm like, stop this.
I hated that, how they just like in that first episode, they're just like, boom, Foggy's dead, boom, Karen's gone, and you're like, we didn't get like anything with like nothing. I did. Let me ask. I felt like it was a little weird in the last episode that all of a sudden Karen was just back. Like, did I miss something? How did she know to come back at like the exact right time and get Frank on board? And like, I just was like, how did Karen know just to come back?
Clearly Frank and Karen are texting, and Frank is like, go get your boy.
Right. Well,
that
and
could have
Daredevil
been
was starting to
after-
make news again. So
Yeah, and that could have been after, him and Matt in the 4th episode,
Mhm.
and
Oh,
then
that's
maybe they
true.
started texting, and maybe she's just building this army, gathering people for the next season.
Right, because I was
know?
like, where's this army gonna come from all of a sudden? We got like 20 minutes, guys.
Okay, so not to like pull a Mephisto, but did you guys? I didn't know if you were gonna
You
get
had
that
to
call
do
back.
it.
well
But-
played, Theo. Well played.
Did you guys low key think that he was going to open the doors and effing Jessica Jones and Luke Cage were going
I
to be there? Would that not
I
have
did
been
too.
the
Yes.
perfect? Like,
Yes. Yes.
Yep.
here's these guys.
Yeah.
What about Danny? We need Iron Fist.
I know there's a little bit of controversy about him playing.
I think we're
Iron
good.
Fist.
I
Yeah.
think we're good.
Yeah, I've seen
think
a lot
we're
of articles.
Yeah.
They can bring back Ward Meacham. I love that character, so they can bring him back. But no, I like not to like jump in and everything, but like
No, go ahead. I think Pat just needs to make his chicken.
Yes, I need to make chicken.
But I was just gonna say, like, obviously, like the first 10 minutes was heartbreaking. We've waited 7 years. You know, we want to see our avocados back in action. Then Foggy dies, the heart essentially of Matt. And then, as you said, then Karen goes away, and you're like, wow, this is really depressing. And we've obviously seen Matt in like a depressing space before, but it's like, I will admit that the first like couple of episodes, like maybe just 2 or 3, was like, who's this Cherry guy? Who's Kristen? Who's Heather? I don't want them. I want Foggy. I want Karen. I even want, what was the cop's name? You know, the cop that was always in, I know the like actor's name is Royce Johnson or something. But it's like, and it's like, where are these guys? Who are all these people? So, but anyway, you know, it was really beautiful though, in a way, seeing like Fisk's whole thing, you know, and him and Vanessa and him slowly getting back into the Kingpin, right? I know some people probably thought the character Daniel was like annoying. I kind of thought he was funny. But then it's like, and then I felt so bad for White Tiger. I was like, that's heartbreaking.
Yes.
But then I want to say, like, either episode 4, episode 5, from then hit the ground running. From then it was insane. Getting everything with Muse, seeing the Frank Castle stuff again. Matt essentially saying F it and getting back into Daredevil. Fisk showing that he never really changed. Like, when you see that he has Vanessa's like lover boy in
Oh my gosh, right? You're like, okay, yep, you are just as crazy.
And I also wanted, not to brag, but the second he showed her Adam, I was like, I literally told KJ, I said, she's gonna kill him.
That was so good. That was
Mm-hmm.
so good.
Yeah.
I love that. I thought that was phenomenal as well. And so, and then even Matt going to like visit Bullseye, like everything was just so good. I was watching the last few episodes like this, like in disbelief. It was just wild. I would say that probably like my only criticisms are I did think that Muse was going to be a lot bigger than I thought he was going to be, just for him to like simply get like killed off, you know? Heather kind of annoyed me, and
yes.
And I promise you, it's not me just like, you know, oh, Matt and Karen need to be together or something. I was just like, Heather, and it's like I get it from her perspective. She doesn't know that Matt's Daredevil. In her mind, she just thinks that he's like checking out of this relationship. But I was just like, when she was like, Daredevil didn't save me, I saved me, and I was like, please stop. Please stop. And then when she's like, clearly she's the bad guy now. She's now with Fisk. They're like,
I know. I was so disappointed.
I was.
It was like, wow, you know? But everything, like the shots in the show are beautiful. I mean, I just loved like the symbolism of Daredevil consistently being in red. And like you said, KJ, it was maybe a little odd to have Karen back and like act as if she didn't say to Matt that their like friendship was broken. You know, it's like, okay, but you know, maybe she just needs some time away. Like Foggy's death was really intense, obviously. And piggybacking on Frank Castle, I just thought it was hilarious that like literally he's there complaining about like a coffee pot. I'm like, same.
Like the world is burning, and he's like, "What about some good coffee?"
That's a true New Yorker there. So it was amazing. I loved it. I can't believe we have to wait for another season. They're filming it now. It was just so good. Like that fight, and again, Disney really pulling it out. I was like, oh my, the fighting was crazy.
it was insane, especially in this
So the last two episodes, like that, the ball and all that, and we kind of knew, Bullseye was going to escape and all that, and
he's insane. Like,
yes,
yeah.
yeah.
You think?
And then Matt was putting two and two together when they're on the dance floor and all that. That Vanessa's the one that set up Foggy to be killed, and
yeah,
and it was all to do about the city deal or whatever for that property. And but I loved her dress at the ball.
Oh,
the red dress.
All of them.
Oh my
so
gosh,
beautiful.
So beautiful.
Did you guys, by the way, feel like Matt was like ultra sassy in this like season?
Yes.
Especially the bank the bank robbery episode. I was like, Matt, you're playing like way fast and loose with this.
And there was a lot of Easter eggs about different characters like Miss Marvel, and somebody said something about from the Spider-Man the police officer Morales.
Oh yeah. Yep.
I watched TikTok videos, and then I watched some of the reels that popped up. It was like 4 or 5 different Easter eggs of different characters.
I was really surprised with the. I mean, I guess if you hadn't watched Ms. Marvel, you wouldn't have noticed it. But I was just surprised that they referenced the show at all, because everything that I've heard, it's kind of done, right? And so for them to be writing it in, I'm like, oh, well, maybe there's a little hope, or maybe it just stays alive because it's in the same universe. So, but I was surprised.
It could be the Avengers coin.
Yeah,
Well,
and that's the thing. I mean, like, are they going to reboot the Defenders? Right.
Oh, I hope so.
Right. So, like, is Disney? Yeah, is Disney going to take another swing at the Defenders, recast that, because Miss Marvel is part of the Defenders, if I'm not mistaken, as well. So maybe that's why. And not to mention the fact her dad is he's like one of the coolest, most lovable characters of Marvel. I love her dad. I think he's hilarious.
He was adorable. The way he was bragging to Matt, where he was like, our own little, superhero in New Jersey. And then him showing the pop doll, and it's like, he can't see that, right?
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yep. But just to cap on Tia's point too, just to add on to it, I think when she said how it was shot, how the show was shot, I'd like to add in the fact that it, much like how Netflix did it, but I think Disney did it better, was they made it so blue collar feeling. I mean, it was a workman show, right? It was a straight blue collar superhero feel, to where it's just like, oh, well, it's almost like, obviously you can't, but it's like, yeah, I could see that. I could relate to that a little bit. The guy's just doing his job and busting his hump, and here you go.
Well, especially with the scenes from BB, where she was like just talking to average New Yorkers of what they think. And I thought that was a nice touch. What do the people outside of what we see think about what the heck is happening, So I thought that was very cool. And sorry, Michelle.
No, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just gonna say, to have the niece of Ben Urich, and I was like, does she know that Fisk her uncle?
Yep.
So that was
well, and then at the ball, like, getting that like gratification is like, oh, she actually knows.
Patches, where'd you go? Did you not get? He knocked
off stream.
I did not do that. Michelle, did you have any other thoughts?
There was a thought, and then I lost it, of course.
I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. But I want you to finish. I do that sometimes. I'll interrupt because
I did want to to go back to what you were saying, Tia, about like the first few episodes and how you felt like maybe it didn't really pick up until the 4th one. I thought about that too, and like all of the the newness, and again, like there was a part of it that felt I don't like, I felt a little betrayed because,
Mhm.
you know, we got Foggy and we got Karen and stuff. And so we were kind of set up for like, where are the three of them going next?
Right.
So I was thinking like, I might go back and watch those episodes because I don't know that they were necessarily slow or not as well written or they were having any trouble getting going so much as it was an adjustment for us as the audience and our expectations to be like, well, this isn't what I wanted.
There definitely was a degree of that, right? Because again, you're
Mhm.
like, I wanted the funness, Foggy being hilarious, Matt, this, Karen, this, and so I feel that I think to go back to like the White Tiger,
Mhm.
episodes, I think that was a good interjection into it, them adding that. Again, part of me kind of looks back and goes, what was necessarily the point of killing his character off so early? I know
Mhm.
the actor in real life unfortunately passed away.
Yes, he
but
did.
but he passed away a year after the filming of it. So I'm kind of like, it kind of would have been cool to have him involved,
Sure.
kicking butt and everything. But I believe that is that his niece or his daughter, I think in the comics, becomes the new White Tiger.
I believe so. I think
Yeah,
it's
I'm not
his
exactly
da-
sure.
I'm not for sure if it's a daughter or niece, but
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure they in that last episode you can see her, when Fisk is doing that news thing and she's looking at the police and
The foreshadowing for
yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
She's definitely gonna like, join the army and
right.
everything. So
Mhm.
but
Even
I
though
thought
Matt won't want her to do it.
No,
Saying,
no,
because
that'll
she's
be
too
a whole
young.
thing.
So
Yeah.
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 but
But I think
thought the actor,
that'll be good to see, Matt sort of in
Mhm.
that role because, he was, I mean, it's not like he was pretty young too when he started getting his anger on. So
Yeah.
yeah, but you know how Matt is. He's like, oh, I can only do it, not you, and everything.
I don't know. This like
self-sabotage.
new Matt, he might be just be like, F it, come along, whatever. World's a mess. Sign up. We need an army.
I mean, Fisk literally doing martial law was crazy.
Yes. Go ahead, Michelle.
So I want to go to the Punisher because when he
oh
goes,
no, Tia and I don't want to talk about the Punisher more.
Oh, I do,
Never about
I
Frank
do.
Castle.
Yes.
At the towards the end of the episode, he gets caught. I mean, he goes in there by himself, does this spree of trying to kill all these, the task force or whatever,
Mhm.
and he gets himself caught. And then
Mhm.
all the task force there, they got his symbol on their shirts and the task force. I'm like, I'm sure he's like really upset about that.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
But I love the extra credit scene at the end.
Oh
Did you
my
guys
god,
watch
yeah.
it?
Yes, because
I did not see the extra credits.
Oh my god, there's a Can we spoil it
Okay.
for you?
You knew
Do
it
you
was
want-
happening. Come here, a little closer, a little
Oh
closer.
my
You knew it was gonna happen. It
Oh
was so
no.
cool.
Wait,
You have to go
I'll
back and
watch it
watch
after this.
I was glad for that though, because at first, I mean, listen, I was just happy that Frank Castle was alive because I was
Yes.
like, are they going to kill him? They're going to have all these like
Well,
fanboys like kill
the
him, and I was like,
like Miss the swordsman is in one of those cages too.
Oh.
Was going to give
Oh.
money. You see him in one of those cages, like
Oh.
when Fisk
I gotta
and
rewatch
Vanessa
that.
was walking through to go have their dinner. You could see the sword. I think you could barely see him, but I thought I saw him. So
Yeah. Tia, when Frank's beating was happening, first of all, when all of the guys showed up in the Punisher shirts, and he was like, "Are you kidding me?" I was like, "That's like what what he sees, like literally when he shows up to a Comic-Con, right?" Like he's like,
I know
he's
he
like,
was so
my
unamused by that. He was like,
yes. Tia, Leanne Googled the comics, and it's the niece for the
niece.
White Tiger
Okay.
that will be taking over. I thought that was That's the relationship in
Yeah.
the show. But when that was happening, when the whole like beating was happening, and I went to the same place, like, I mean, like at that point, it had gotten so crazy. It's like anything could happen. And I was like, are they going to kill Frank Castle right now?
I mean, because at this point, anything's possible. They killed Foggy off, so.
But I also, then my brain was like, you can't do that to Tia. Like, you cannot,
Please,
like,
mercy.
like I was like ready, like to stop the show if he died and call you and be like, "Are you okay?"
Me and
was
Bonnie
like-
texted during that one. We're like,
There
oh
was-
my God.
It was so stressful. Like, oh my God, are they really going to do this? And then for my brain to be like, but you can't do this to Tia. Like, you can't.
No. Michelle?
One thing about the Foggy death,
Uh-huh.
some people say it was like from the comic book.
Mhm.
There is a comic book where he faked his own death.
I've been seeing that, and I've been coping because
I'm hoping that's a good theory that's going to happen for season 2. So,
well, especially because they like interviewed, I think, the showrunner who said yes, the actor who plays Foggy will come back for season 2. There is no Matt without Foggy and Karen, and I'm like, but I don't want to get my hopes up because watch it be like
Yeah.
flashbacks, you know, or like
I
a
think
dream
I saw
sequence.
something on Facebook today where it's saying that it's season 2 is kind of comic book related. So I don't know. We'll see.
But then it's kind of like,
I don't know if it's true or not, but you know.
But it's like, how do you fake that? Because Matt literally heard the last heartbeat of Foggy. So it's like,
Right.
I think that would be really, I don't know. But
Well,
now that they're into
before.
and also, well, yeah, they brought Elektra back, and with this being like really in the MCU, I mean, they could just say that he was a Skrull. So
right. I've seen that too. That was on that one thing about the different, like.
Listen, I mean, we saw Nick Fury die, but
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. We did too.
so,
yeah, so you know,
so there's a flashback, and all of a sudden Nick Fury's like making sure.
I couldn't remember the
doesn't
name,
die.
so I was trying to think. I was like,
Yep, it was Nick Fury. Yep.
I was just like, how do you kill off Foggy?
I don't know.
know.
I don't
But
know. Let's see.
there are-
Yep, that's what Leanne's saying too. The drugs. That
I'm
can help her.
hoping.
Yeah, but I mean, like, he didn't need, like, what happened to Foggy didn't require drugs to stop his heart. Like, that was, I mean, that was like, I don't know how they bring him back from that. That was straight up murder, dude.
Also, though, like, I'm so sorry for Lady barking. Lady,
Mad
stop.
lady.
Uh,
It's Wolf Wednesday. Please
It's
allow her to get it out. It's fine.
but I mean, it's Vanessa, like, because I mean, Vanessa's just so like smooth, right? But
Mhm.
it's also like, did you think that you could kill Foggy and like Matt was just gonna take that? Because at this point they knew Matt was Daredevil. That's not
Right.
like not a thing, right? So it's just
Right.
kind of like, what were you thinking? Did you
I
think
don't
this was
know.
gonna go well?
Well, and I think the hit was before Fisk came back. So,
Yeah.
you know, and he was getting ready to file some kind of motion. I think that's what came out in the last episode. you know,
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
you know, once they found it. So,
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if she thought at that point that she was untouchable, because I mean, she really was, you know, at that point, she was in charge. She had it all. So maybe she just thought she could do whatever she wanted. But
and do you think that Fisk chose Heather as his therapist to get to Matt?
Oh yeah, they like
As he
have.
first.
Oh, KJ did definitely breathe.
Frozen.
Just like poor KJ. No,
It's hard not to.
wait, can we get this away? Hang on, KJ. Oh no, I can't
Oh,
take you
can
away. I don't have
private
this.
chat. Let me private chat.
I don't. Okay. But yeah, I mean, I definitely think that Fisk chose Heather on purpose to get at Matt because
And that's what Matt tried to tell her, and she just didn't believe him. No,
I
there's no
know.
way. Why? But she
I'm
doesn't
sorry.
know.
I felt like Heather was so annoying. And I felt bad for feeling that she was annoying, but then I don't feel bad at the same point. Because again, I saw people online, they're like, you gotta think about from Heather's like perspective. And her perspective, he's just checking out.
Hey
He's
guys,
showing
you're
up with like
back.
random bruises.
oh, I don't know if I can hear you. Our power went out. I can't
Oh
hear
no.
anything. I'll be back.
Yep.
Okay.
I can hear you.
I can
Oh,
hear
well.
you. So all
Yep,
right,
she is checked in on her phone. So I
Oh.
turned the hotspot on my phone so I can get on quicker as opposed to
Oh.
wait for our router to reset.
Oh
okay.
shoot.
Work
I love
smarter,
when
not
that
harder.
happens.
Right?
But I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah, it would be
So-
interesting, Heather's role in season 2 being on this mental health thing that he had her to be a part of. So it'd be interesting, I think.
Did you think it was shocking that that woman Sheila like sold the police commissioner out?
I mean, I think she's just buying her time, really, to be quite honest.
Yeah, it's
It's
self-preservation,
coming.
obviously,
Mhm.
But I was like,
because
oh,
she's
I thought
was against that one guy for being in that one position, and she's been trying to get Fisk to stay on that political level.
Yeah, well, but I
So.
think she played that character really well too, because until the point she turned on the commissioner, you really didn't know. Like it was a legit 50-50. Like
Oh,
so
right.
so she did that brilliantly.
Oh yes. When he got in the car, I knew he was a goner. Like,
Oh,
yeah.
like
100%.
as
don't
soon as
get in
he
the
saw
car.
as soon as he saw the cop with the Punisher symbol, and he's like, "Is that fresh ink?"
Yep.
And then they bring him to that creepy place with all the plastic, and I was like, "Oh, you're dying, right?"
Right.
Like, I mean, Fisk just can't help himself. First with the car doors, and now smashing someone's
Yep.
face. I mean. Hi, KJ, you're
Hi, you're
back.
back.
Hi.
She was frozen with your mouth just a little open.
Oh, it was so funny. You were like this.
We were trying not to laugh.
I was like, uh-oh. Yeah, that is the third time that our power's gone out today. I don't know what's going on over here.
It's kind of
It
windy
hates
out
us.
today.
Yeah,
So.
but it's it's making like the big boom, like the transformer.
Oh.
It's like,
Yeah.
you're like, do we need to take cover? What's going on? So here we
How
are.
dare they? We're making it. We're making it.
All right, I'm going back to chicken.
All right. Anything else with Daredevil Born Again that we did not cover?
I mean, we kind of just talked about Heather a little bit about what her role will be next season with
No, she can go
Fisk, and I mean, I'm not really a big fan of Heather, even though I know she kind of took Matt's mind off of things,
Yeah.
It just proved that no matter what, Matt still got it.
Oh yes.
Sure does. Okay. Go ahead, Tia.
One last thing I would want to ask. I mean, and I know that we have other things to get to, but really quick, what is it that you'd like to see in season 2 of Daredevil Born Again?
The Defenders.
The Defenders. Yes.
I would like to see Luke Cage and Jessica Jones.
Yes.
At least those two out of the Defenders. I mean, I know people are really about the, Danny being a part of it. And I didn't mind him as Iron Fist. So, he was just kind of cocky.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, I think of all of them, Iron Fist was the least favorite, probably the one that we would be okay without. Thank you, Leanne. She said it's the vigilantes turning the power off.
Yeah,
vigilantes.
And that's why we got to get rid of the vigilantes.
That was really good, Tia.
It'd be nice to see maybe Echo be a part of the army.
I'd like to see Tia playing the role of Fisk.
when I when I was a boy. Vanessa.
Oh my.
Give her an award.